Everybody, welcome to Squirtle Live. My name is Michael Swisher, sitting next to Hall of Fame Coach Randy Turney as we come to you from the Big House State Fair Arena, site of the small school Class A and B state tournaments. In the Class A boys, it's number one Frontier moved on 74-66 over Southwest Covenant. We don't really have a lot of details about that game. That was the last one over there, but no surprise there. Maybe got pushed a little bit, but Frontier into the semifinals, and Coach Weckstein has his guys back to where we used to see Frontier all the time.
Right. I've watched a little bit of film on both of those teams, and you had a little contrast of style with Southwest Covenant playing a little bit slower, more deliberate game, and I just felt like whichever team could control the tempo would be that'd be their advantage. And obviously, I think Frontier scored 74, so they definitely got the up and down the court and played the type of game that they'd like to play.
And kind of what was an odd one, you don't often say this, but it surprised a lot of people that the number 4 team beat the number 7 team in the state. But Rattan, 61, Sealing 53. Sealing came in undefeated, the only undefeated team here this week. But there is no more as Rattan moved on to beat Sealing and really, Tochi Taylor, 28 points. He goes 5 of 8 from three-point range. He and Keegan Bohannon had 78% of their team's points. But for Sealing, the run-ins in the quarterfinals, Brevin Nyberg with 21 points. Did that surprise you at all?
It did. I know that Rattan had 2 really good players, and when you've got to control them, and that when your good players play like they did tonight, it's kind of hard to defend. But I didn't see the game, but talking to some people that Sealing just didn't shoot the ball very good, and they're primarily an outside shooting team. They don't have a lot of post game, but they got a lot of firepower from outside. You got to make outside shots if that's what you live and die by, and sometimes those aren't going in. So, I think just them having a tough shooting night, and then the other 2 from Rattan having a good game was the difference in that game.
Yeah, Keegan Bohannon, 19 points, 9 rebounds. The first game of the day, Surreal knocked off Pond Creek Hunter. Coach Darren Jones trying to get his team, hopefully, for them to the state finals after that terrible loss in last year's semifinals, a terribly painful loss. But Surreal knocked off the Panthers 55-48. Dakin Backley 18 points. Kaysen McLemore 10 points, 8 rebounds. A 15-4 run in the second quarter was a big part of this game. Cole Jones, his final game, more than 2,100 career points. He goes out with 18 points before he heads to Northwestern. Did this one surprise you?
I watched it in person,
yeah.
So very good defensive game. Both teams really struggled shooting the ball, and I think Pond Creek, Mason Hart's one of their better players, and he just struggled all night shooting the ball. And then Foster Schamberg's a good 3-point shooter, and he never could get it going either. But the defense kept them in the game. It was 4 or 5, 6-point game late in the ball game, and didn't shoot free throws very well. But Surreal's, they're really got some athletic ability. They're really quick. Got a 6'7" kid inside that makes it tough when you drive in the lane. That's had a lot to do with their percentage, but didn't really surprise me too much because I've watched Surreal and Fort Cobb on film. Darren wanted me to watch some film, and they're obviously they're going to play each other tomorrow, but and know each other really well. But Surreal's, they're battle tested. They played a lot of tough ball games. They played the Anadarko tournament and have played some good competition. So I thought it was kind of a toss-up game depending on who shot the ball the best, and obviously Surreal shot the ball a little bit better than Pond Creek did today.
So Surreal's going to get another shot at Fort Cobb. Your 3-time defending champions move into the semifinals as they beat Glencoe 68-54. And this was a game about midway through the fourth quarter where Glencoe led 54-52, but Fort Cobb goes on a 16-0 run to win the game. That's that's the kind of run that champions make. Not a lot of returning starters from last year's team. In fact, only one, Kellen Hines. He had 29 points and 5 assists. Tyson Eastwood, I believe he's just a freshman, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And then Kel Lazenby for Glencoe had 20 points, but Fort Cobb just found a way to get it done when it needed to.
Again, there's another team that's battle-tested because of the schedule that they play. They also played the Anadarko tournament, I think played some 5A school in the finals, but of course they've been down this road a lot of times, and experiences, that's a commodity when you get in the state tournament, haven't been here before, but, Coach's son, Hines is a really, really good player. Not only can he shoot it, but he gets the
Yes,
other kids
oh.
involved. He can get to the rim. He can find other players, and they got some other kids that if you leave open, they can score. And Coach Hines is always his teams always play good defense. You know, I don't care whether they're playing man or 1-3-1 or what they're playing. They do a lot. He does a good job of preparing his kids, and they really defend well.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I feel is overlooked about Fort Cobb is their defense. Coming into the night, only giving up about 45 a game. So we almost hold the form in the Class A boys. It's 1, 2, 4, and 5 on the Class A boys. Again, your semifinal games at 9 p.m. Your last game of the day on Friday will be number 1 Frontier versus number 4 Rattan. At 6 p.m. prior to that will be number 2 Fort Cobb against number 5 Surreal. So there's a look at your Thursday quarterfinal action and a little preview of the semifinals. We'll hope to see you here at the Big House. Thanks for watching us here on Squirtle Live.